All right, welcome back into another edition of Cash and Tickets, brought to you by Poolside Bets. I'm Franklin. That's Paul. Catch us on Twitter at Poolside Bets, on the YouTube channel at YouTube at Poolside Bet No S.
Reckon we could try to see if we can find that extra S.
I guess we could use a dollar sign at the end. Maybe that'll.
Would it would mess up our whole situation though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if you can change the name on it. I don't know how I didn't dove into it enough to. Didn't you try to go in there and get it, and somebody had already used it or something?
Yeah, we own the domain name. We own everything but the damn YouTube.
But the
page.
YouTube, the thing we use the most.
Welcome to Poolside Bets.
Here we are. Welcome to Cash and Tickets. So, Paul, I'll go ahead and get this thing. There we go. I'm started. I'm ready to go.
Sounds like Christmas.
Doesn't it? Well, we're right here on it. Recording this tonight, December the 21st. I got a big weekend planned. Finally got the mother figure in last night with all the airplane debacles going on with bad engine first day, bad brakes last night.
One of the two things you don't want to happen on a plane. That'd probably be my first.
I don't think you do very well with a bad engine. I don't think that works too good. So kind of glad that one got canceled.
All right, I'm in there.
Well, there it is. Finally got her in. So ready for a big Christmas this weekend. All the family. I'll probably gain about 10 to 15 pounds, but that's okay. A lot of family get-togethers. A lot of seeing everybody from out of town and seeing the folks you don't see all the time. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, and then getting on past it, getting all the all the carnage cleaned up, and back to the everyday.
Yeah, back to the grind.
That's right.
Big
back
New
to
Year's
it.
party coming up.
Yeah, a big New Year. I can't wait for that. That ought to be a good time. I'm sure I won't show out or anything that night.
Yeah, you got a track record of not showing out during parties.
This is true. Absolutely. So, but I'll be occupied. So
yeah,
I'll be trying to get everybody dancing and
just do the best you can. Yeah. That's all we ask.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully they bring their dancing shoes or their dancing boots or something. We'll get them going. So any of you listeners that are members of the Elks Lodge, we're gonna have a little party there. I'll be spinning some records, as they say, I guess. Trying to, anyway.
Come on, DJ Franklin.
So we're going to have some fun. But before then, between now and then, Christmas and New Year's, we got football, Paul, still.
Foosball.
Yeah, we're getting into my favorite time of the NFL down to the end here. My 49ers clinched the division last week after taking care of disposing of the Seattle Seahawks on the Thursday night. So that was a lot of fun. I think they can get as high as the Eagles lose out if Jalen Hurts is really hurt. They could get the one, but I don't think that's going to happen. Eagles all they got to do is win one game and to secure the number one seed, I believe.
Man, that Garner Minshew, he can play too, though. He may not be
absolutely
he's not as mobile as Jalen Hurts, but don't sleep on him just because Hurts ain't playing.
I tell you, they're the one, and then they should scare you. I mean, they're what? They're 13-1. I mean, they should 12-1, 30, whatever their record is. They should scare anybody. I mean, they absolutely can play. They're good on defense, and that's what makes them scary. Is they're good on defense, and then of course with AJ Brown and company at wide receiver, they are hard to stop when Jalen Hurts is going good. So anyway, looking forward to the NFL playoff season, the last few games, and everybody's in their fantasy football playoffs, I imagine.
No.
No? What? Did I say that wrong? I didn't.
You said it terribly. It's not even funny. I didn't like nothing about what you just said. With the season on the line,
yeah.
My Just Do Better fantasy football team went out there and laid an egg.
They did the opposite of better.
I could have had 14 or 15 players on my fantasy team, and I still wouldn't have got there.
I thought you maybe gave them the old Coach McGinty speech from the replacements. Yeah. There's nothing. Everybody should be afraid of you and all that. And
nothing to lose.
Nothing to. It did. I mean, playoffs on the line and just could not.
They had already got vacation rentals in Hawaii. They
had everything set up.
Could not be bothered to save my fantasy football year.
I believe our boy Josh failed to get in as well. He lost.
Boy.
So not good because apparently Derek Carr refused to throw it to Devontae Adams last Sunday. He just would not do it. He looked at number 10, the little white boy. I don't know how many
Nope.
times.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a finish? Do you think Jacoby Myers is gonna still have a unit? Did they clean his locker out? Does he still have a
It
uniform?
wasn't good.
I never seen anything like that, man.
Not good.
I mean, you see it when you're losing, but not when you're tied.
Yeah.
You know, you got overtime coming.
Yeah. I don't know what he was thinking.
That is bad business.
Bad football.
Yeah. So you want to touch on maybe some of these bowl games leading up into Christmas, and then we'll dive into the NFL since we got a big slate Saturday of NFL. It's just wonderful. Christmas Eve, you got this whole slate of football to where if you know the weird uncle is just not. He's being weird. You can go in the living room and you watch the football with the father-in-law or your dad and sit on the couch and just.
Yeah, you're sharing way too much about yourself.
Everybody's got the one. Or you think I'm going to be the weird? Maybe it's me. It could be me.
Ain't no doubt I'm the weird uncle in the whole bit. Quit giving him natty lights. He's acting a fool.
Cut him off.
He's acting a fool.
It's only noon. It doesn't matter. It just.
What is Christmas?
It's
Christmas, Charlie Brown.
It's Christmas. That's right. Is my phone still going? I put it on.
No, it's
silent.
mine. It's mine. It's my phone up there.
Oh, you got the camera on your phone. That's right.
I'm
You're
getting
using the phone.
TikToks
I
from
got
some
you.
people I don't even know. I don't even know what's happening.
Well, it's Christmas. We'll just reach out to everybody.
Yeah.
Paul. Yeah.
I'm waiting on the fat man to bring me my payment for my bills. That's what I want.
Yeah, I want to wake up.
Put me ahead on my house payments there, fat
Right there
man.
under the tree is all the bills that say paid. Or what's better is the ones that say paid off. Like,
Ooh.
no more. No more payments. Done.
Here you are.
All right, so obviously we record this on Wednesday and it comes out on Thursday. I know I tell you that every time just to let you know that, time difference. So we can't talk about the game tonight, Western Kentucky and South. I mean, I guess we could, but doesn't matter our opinion because you won't hear it until the game's over. So we'll get into tomorrow night's game. Baylor taking on Air Force. I had no idea this game was going on, that they were paired up together, but it's a saucy little pairing to me.
I have a play on this one.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm going to go with the Air Force Falcons plus the 4.
Okay. Is it just because Baylor hadn't seen the triple option or or whatever they run?
No, hold on a second here. I got to get my stuff together. Excuse me.
You're good.
I got my notes down, but I want to verify what I'm doing here. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be in Amon G. Carter Stadium, which I've been in. It's TCU's home stadium.
Yeah.
It's going to be really windy there. And to me, it just behooves you to take the team that runs the ball the best.
Yeah.
I think the wind has a factor. That Air Force defense is not bad.
And it can get cold in Fort Worth this time of year.
Yeah.
And
There's a cold front moving across the whole United States this weekend.
it's hitting us in 2 days.
Yeah, it's gonna be this NFL slate's gonna get hit too. Be careful there. It's gonna be the wind's probably gonna be 20 plus. So if you're talking about kicking and throwing, it's gonna hurt them. Air Force ain't gonna throw it more than about twice a game. They don't give a shit how windy it is. They're just gonna run it right at you. You're getting more than a field goal here. Just give me I froze. I'm back. Hey,
well, that was quick.
Now give me the Air Force Falcons plus 4 against Baylor. I don't think Baylor cares about this game too.
Well, look, and you talk about fading down the stretch. They lost their last 3. They're giving up way more points than I thought the Baylor defense would this year. They're giving up almost 27 points a game. They give up 137 on the ground, and Air Force runs it for 330. So I'm kind of with you. I mean, a lot of times in these bowl games, it's take points mostly. Unless you just really like one part, or you find a team that's motivated. I think Air Force, they've won their last 4 down the stretch.
Yeah, they're good.
Been playing really well. 9-3 team. The Air Force going to go out there and want this game.
I don't hate the under on this one either. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored.
43 points.
Well, that's a lot. I mean, it's going to be windy. The Baylor's not going to be able to, they're just going to run it right at each other, and that just lays right in Air Force's lap.
Oh, and with that over under, with that number at 43, absolutely give me the points there. They're telling you it's going to be a close, low scoring game.
It's going to be like 20-17 or 20-13 or something like that.
I don't think, and Vegas is telling you right here that it's not that. I mean, Air Force is only plus 143 on the money line.
Mm.
That's not a bad bet there.
Yeah, give me the Falcons, baby.
Yeah, Air Force, the Falcons at plus 3.5 in the what was that called? Did I see Lockheed Martin? What? Some of the names.
It's their bowl. It's the military bowl. That's right. Yeah.
Is that what it says?
It's the Armed Forces Bowl, the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces
Yeah,
Bowl.
so I did read that right. Yeah, Armed Forces Bowl. Yeah, yep. Go get them, Air Force. Go represent.
There you go.
I mean, we're Army men, but we'll root for the military.
Yeah, I think this plays right into their lap. I think Baylor could give two flips about being in this game.
Yeah.
It's going to be windy. It's going to be tough, and Air Force is just made for this.
I like it. We talk about two teams that did not have the season that they thought they. Of course, I don't know what you could have really expected with the Raging Cajuns. Louisiana went 6-6 this year after having great years under Billy Napier. Napier leaves; he goes to Florida. The Raging Cajuns fall off. They're at 6-6, and boy, talk about a team that let everybody down, and me, because I was really hyping them. I remember in our lead up to football shows and our conference takes. But here in the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl in Shreveport, Louisiana, you got the Raging Cajuns taking on the Houston Cougars. Houston's -7 over under 57. I don't know how you trust anybody in this game.
No.
I mean, I like the quarterback for Houston, and they can put up points, but are they gonna give a shit? Are they gonna care? They gonna have a care?
No, I don't have a play on this one.
And that stadium in Shreveport is cold, and it says right now it's 33 degrees right there.
Yeah.
So come Friday night, that's gonna be.
It's gonna be cold.
Well, it's Friday afternoon.
It's gonna be in the single digits, maybe. It's
yeah,
gonna be cold.
and that is. I just don't know, man. At 57, it kind of feels like an under there.
Yeah, you go try to throw a frozen football, see what happens. Ain't nobody gonna catch it if you can throw it.
I mean, the only other play there, I think, is just taking the points with the Raging Cajuns, if you want to play that game.
Yeah, I just don't. That's about the time I like to take a nap.
Right. Yeah.
Leave that one alone.
Oh, that's perfect time. At 2:00 on a Friday, take a little nap to get geared up. Get geared up for the rest of the weekend, the big Christmas weekend coming. Yeah, absolutely. And then you wake up and you see Wake Forest in Missouri playing in the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, but at least they're in Florida and they can,
Yeah, I got to play on this one too.
All right, let's hear it.
I got Wake Forest plus the 1. I don't know what it is right now.
Wake -2.
Oh, it's done moved. Crap.
I like Wake. Missouri's got a pretty good defense. I mean, but they didn't want to play in certain bowls.
Missouri has lost. I mean, I think I counted 12 players to opting out or transfer portal.
Okay.
They don't want it. And a lot of those players on the defensive side of the football, because I think a lot of those guys are trying to go with Barry Odom, who was at Arkansas. He was at Arkansas, but he was the head coach in Missouri.
Oh,
he knows those guys. So he got his anyways. I think Wake's gonna beat the shit out of them. Let me pull up my notes here. What's the note? You got anything
Wake,
in that game?
Well, Wake is 1-4 down the stretch, but man, they played Louisville, NC State, North Carolina, Syracuse, and Duke, who had a really good year under Mike Elko. That was a tough finish for them. The ACC was not bad this year, and they were in every one of those games, except for the Louisville game. So it's a tough finish, but I really like their coach. How sad is that?
Yeah,
I really like their coach, and I cannot remember his name.
I
to
was
save
looking at
myself.
I was looking at my computer. What are you talking about?
But the Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons, I cannot remember the guy's name.
It's Dave
Just
something, ain't it?
well, Dave Dorn is at North Carolina
No,
State.
not Dorn. It's,
Dave
I don't know.
Swas,
Yeah,
something with an S, I think.
we know things. It's not that.
Sam Hartman plays. I like Wake. I think they can put it on Missouri. I don't know that Missouri can score. I mean, Wake Forest defense is not great, but I don't know what Eli Drinkwitz is going to be dialing up over there for the Tigers. They were trying to get in and out of certain bowls. I guess they just wanted to get somewhere warm. I don't know. So it ought to be warm down there. Let the Deacons eat. I think they can win it by 4 or 5, touchdown.
I don't think Missouri's got a whole team either.
Slauson, maybe that's it. You think it's Dave?
Clawson.
I knew we'd get there. That was going to drive me crazy. You know, if somebody's listening, they're just screaming at the TV, like, you idiots.
Yeah, these guys aren't smart at all.
Yeah, well, we got there. So, so right there at the Mortgage Gasparilla Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, we like the Demon Deacons over the Missouri Tigers. And that line has been fluctuating. Apparently, it's. I guess maybe because opt-outs and things, the line's changed. It's moved 3 points in the last day.
When I wrote that down, it was yesterday morning, so it's moved 3 points in a day.
Yeah.
So apparently there's some money coming in.
So I don't hate that, though. If you can still get them at -2.
Yeah, get them under a field goal.
Yeah. I think you got one Christmas Eve bowl game. You got the Middle Tennessee taking on San Diego State. In Hawaii, if you got to go somewhere Christmas Eve, Hawaii's not a bad place to go.
Yeah.
2 7-5 teams getting after it in the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl.
I hate this bowl.
I don't like it at all. The stadium's empty. It's just to get over there and.
Well, how do you cap a football game when you're literally basing your information on which team did not party more than the other team?
Yeah, it's
hard.
How
you don't know that. You don't know.
And 7 points. You're gonna make me lay 7 points with San Diego State?
Yeah, don't bet this game.
Just let it go. Maybe they just don't want to play defense, and you take the over. It's only 49.
That's New Year's Eve. There's gonna be plenty more crap to bet on New Year's Eve in that game. Just let that thing go by you.
That's right.
You ain't gotta know. Just leave it alone.
Well, no, that's Christmas Eve.
What did I say?
New Year's.
Oh well.
You said New Year's Eve. Yeah. Do you want to talk about any of these other bowl games before we get up to our?
Only got 2 games for the 7-day period. We got till we do our next podcast.
I think Tuesday, December 27th. There's 4 games, and there's some pretty good ones. You got Wisconsin and Oklahoma State. Wisconsin's 3.5 point favorite out in Phoenix. Over under's 43.
It's a great game, but
Spencer Sanders, he's out, right?
Yeah.
Spencer Sanders is already I think he's already in the transfer portal. So Oklahoma State is without their QB. Wisconsin, who's going to coach? I'm sure Fickle's not going to coach him in the game. I
wouldn't think so.
Wisconsin was 3-2 down the stretch. Oklahoma State was 1-4 to finish out the season. Just disappointing. They lose their quarterback. Spencer, he says, I'm out. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. The Cowboy defense wasn't what I thought it was going to be this year. I was kind of putting my hopes on the Cowboys because I thought their defense was going to be better, and I liked their offense still put up 31 points a game, but defense just didn't do it. I don't know. You got Wisconsin -3.5. I don't hate it. 43 points. I think I'd take the over there. I like bowl games. A lot of times people are dialing stuff up. They're putting in trick plays. I'd take the over there at 43.
What do you think Jim Leonard thinks, though, that he was sitting there and he had that job in hand, and then
they said no. And look, you talk about a bold move, because you and I both were on the Jim Leonard train.
I think he's a great coach.
And I thought he had that job. I mean, we both said that was the reason they let the other dude go. So Jim Leonard, and he had a good down the. I mean, he brought him a few wins there down the stretch.
Yeah.
But I don't hate the move of going out and get the best coach available. I think Luke Fickell's going to do a great job at Wisconsin. I don't understand. I say that, and they went out and hired Phil Longo as the offensive coordinator. Did you see that?
What now?
Fickell hired Phil Longo to be Wisconsin. Now, Wisconsin Badgers, the offensive coordinator is going to be Phil Longo.
They better get him a damn quarterback.
A different offensive line, new wide receivers. I mean,
Good
they
God.
haven't recruited for that. So that I'm kind of leery about how that's going to work.
I can tell you their plays. They got 4 of them.
I tell you what, though, he's I don't know. I would say he adapted because he's done really well at North Carolina. That quarterback this year, that Drake May, he was getting it done.
Yeah, but how you say it? Jordan Ta'amu.
Yeah.
I mean, he played really well too in the SEC. But I mean,
All I'm saying is I think it was a eye opener before Longo, and now that he's been at North Carolina and he's been at big time football for 3 years, I think he's probably adapted some.
he's going right back into the meat of the damn. The defenses in the Big Ten are going to tear his ass apart.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know what Luke Fickell. I don't know why he didn't bring his guy from Cincinnati. It kind of blows my mind, but here we are.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. That is okay. All right.
Yeah. Coastal and East Carolina, you talk about letting me down, Coastal. Of course, their quarterback got hurt, and he tried to come back and play. But Grayson McCall, he's gone. He's in the transfer portal. So I don't know how to cap that game. That over-under 62, but I don't know what Coastal has shown that they can score any points.
Yeah.
It looks like an under there for me in that game, 62.
You either take ECU or you take the under.
But that line is 7.5.
You might do both.
Yeah. I mean, because Coastal just could not, and they can't stop anything lately on defense.
Yeah. What does Grayson McCall do? Does he try to go to Auburn?
I don't think that they looked at him hard enough, and they looked at somebody else. They also looked at Devin Leary, and so McCall was like, all right, well, I'm out. You didn't want me. So Hugh Freeze kind of messed himself up there. He could have had Grayson easy, but he put Grayson on the back burner to bring in Devin Leary, and during that time,
North Carolina State quarterback.
Yeah, they got hurt. And what do they like about this kid? I mean, he wasn't great when he wasn't injured.
We know from experience, Grayson McCall's a winner. He'll go out there and win you ball games.
Absolutely, and he plays hard. I mean, he's a competitor.
So wherever he ends up, he'll do well, and I'm just glad he's not going to be at Auburn. Go to like the West Coast or somewhere, so we don't have to look at him.
Yeah, that's right. Get on over there, and we can root for you over there.
Yeah,
absolutely. Their last 2 games they gave up 47 and 45, but they didn't score. They scored 7 and scored 26. I don't. I probably just take East Carolina. I don't know what Coastal's got left. And then the coach is gone. He took the Liberty job.
A lot of quit there.
Yeah. So he went and got paid. I think he got he went from $1 million salary to a $4 million salary over there at Liberty. So I can't say I blame him. Going from Delta State to Coastal and now Liberty. Probably try to parlay that into another game too. All right. Oh, we got some good ones on Wednesday when we'll be doing our podcast next week. Yeah. I didn't see any other bowls. I didn't like the other 2, Paul, on that Tuesday. Memphis, Utah State, Georgia Southern, Buffalo.
No, I mean, over the 7-day period from, till next Thursday, there's only 2 games that I'm going to put money on.
Okay.
The rest, like I said, it's going to be the Air Force +4 and then Wake Forest +1 or -2 now.
Yeah.
Other than that, I looked at all these games and I'm with you, man. I'm not going to say I'm not going to add them in like a $25 in a bag of popcorn parlay, but
yeah.
As far as betting on, no.
I like the Wake game, and then I didn't really find anything else I liked a lot. I mean, I don't hate the Air Force play. I like the UCF Duke over 62.5. Both teams can put it in the end zone.
Yeah.
So, and they're going to be, they'll be in Annapolis, Maryland. It'll be a little cold, but the Military Bowl, the other one was the Armed Forces Bowl, wasn't it? So this is the Military Bowl.
That's right.
Central Florida taking on Duke, which Central Florida's probably a little frustrated that their season didn't go, but Duke's got to be ecstatic, right? They got to be.
I
And
love them, man.
what a season, 8-4.
Yeah, they're good, man.
Um,
Good quality football team.
Absolutely. Leonard's a pretty good quarterback over there for Duke. So Duke is -3 in this game, probably just because you probably got some portal moves, opt outs for Central Florida kids wanting to get into a bigger conference.
Yeah, I had all that pulled up and I can't find it, so I apologize for that.
That line's only 3. The over under 62.5. I'll probably look at that over under there. You want to talk about over under? 7 o'clock on that Wednesday. The Oregon Ducks take on the North Carolina Tar Heels. The over under is 73.
Wow.
San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl in San Diego, California. San Diego.
So I heard something today. I was kind of what we were talking about earlier, but I heard this from somebody. The guy that flipped from Oregon to was it UCLA, the quarterback that flipped today, or
A high school kid.
yeah, what is that? I can't remember his name, but he was committed to Oregon. And he flipped, and the money that kid got to flip was $5 million.
Yeah, quarterbacks are going for a ton of money in NIL.
Oh Lord!
It's at 18 years old, man, you're getting a $5 million package. That's a lot.
That's a big number.
You know, Oregon is favored by 14.5 in that game over the Tar Heels.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch, but don't bet that game.
And then that night, 8 o'clock, in the Texas Bowl, the Texas Tech Raiders take on the Ole Miss Rebels. That line is 3.5. Don't have many opt-outs. And for either team, Ole Miss is not getting anybody leaving that's
I don't.
contributors. I like them to beat the hell out of Tech. I don't know why. It's a bounce back game. Lane will have it all dialed up, all the new stuff, but I don't know.
They got it 39-27 on Sports Line. I think that this is the game that he gets them fired up for because of recruiting. I mean, we did early signing period today, which we did okay, whatever. But
Now you got to hit that portal.
yeah, he's kind of. I don't know. We finished. I mean, we talked about that at the beginning of the year. We will start. We might be starting undefeated, and then just literally shit the bed the rest of the year, and we did. Now to be fair, we had to work against some bullshit SEC stuff, which every SEC team does. If you're not Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, or LSU, you got to play against the fucking rules. That's just the way it is.
That's right.
So, anyways, yeah, I like them a -3.5. I don't think
Texas Tech cannot stop a running game.
I don't think they can.
And so I think Judkins is going to get the bulk of the carry. And then, of course, you're going to have I don't think Zach Evans will play in the game because I don't think he hadn't decided if he's going to the – I don't think he got a good NFL grade. But running backs just aren't getting big grades. So he's probably still going to the NFL. And he wasn't super healthy down the stretch.
And they're not really paying running backs in the NFL. It's like they're going to back committee. Like that contract they gave Ezekiel Elliott at Dallas was. I mean, they're
bad.
They're hating him. Yeah. They're hating it right now.
Tony Pollard gets more play than
he's
Zeke.
He's the better back. So I don't know.
Yeah, I just like them to be able to run it. And Quinshon Judkins getting over, around, and through the Red Raiders. Probably a lot of points scored in the game, if I'm being honest. But I like them to cover the 3.5.
Yeah.
So that's probably my other game, and I know that's bad to take, but
I'll bet it.
I didn't want to take it at 6.5. I didn't know where that line was going to be.
I don't think it gets to 69.5 though.
Yeah, the under is probably a good play there.
I'll be back.
You'll be back. I'm interested in the, of course, my Kansas Jayhawks kind of fluttered down the stretch. It finished at 6-6, and they'll take on another 6-16, the Arkansas Razorbacks. That's just Kansas just did not finish well. I don't know how much motivation Arkansas is going to have. Arkansas is obviously the better team, the better talent, but I just don't know how to bet that game at all. I mean, Arkansas lost their last game. Goodness gracious, let me get that away. Arkansas lost their last game to Missouri, of all teams, so we could get Missouri, I guess, bowl eligible. Um, but I don't know. Good luck betting that game. So like, there's not a whole lot of bowl games that I would really go out there and just hammer. Um, I do like the Wake Forest game. I like the Ole Miss game. Um, I kind of like there was an over in a game that I liked. The North Carolina, no, not the North Carolina game. Um, Duke UCF 62 and a half. Kind of like the over in the Duke Blue Devils in the Central Florida Knights. Wonder if Plumlee's playing. I'm guessing he's going to play, right? He'll be playing something.
If he ain't got a piano concert to be at, he'll be there.
He'll make it, huh?
Yeah, he'll be there.
All right, let's get into the big Christmas Eve slate
God, how fun is that going to be?
in the big boy football.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
getting after it.
I'm going to give you my 6-team teaser I'm going to put in, too.
Okay.
I'm going to give you all the teams, which way to go. But let's just walk this thing down, man. I tell you what's going to be a good game. Thursday night's finally actually getting a pretty good game. I'm going to watch the Jaguars and the Jets
It's
play.
going to be raining.
In East Rutherford,
It's going to be
New Jersey,
nasty
it's
and
gonna be
raining. This is
gross.
going to be the front end of that storm moving in. It's going to be raining.
Well, the over-under's 37.
Yeah, it's going to be nasty. That feels not good anyway.
The Jaguars have played really well lately. And Trevor Lawrence is starting to come around
Yep,
to
not
show
bad.
his talent. Of course, the Jets have been good. They've had their collapses in the fourth quarter, if you will. But I'd like them more if they had Mike White. But Zach
Yeah.
Wilson looks like Zach Wilson's going to be the guy, I guess. It doesn't show Mike White on the injury report. I don't know what his health is. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I like both those teams. I just don't know who's got the better running team. I mean, you don't know because they got the Jets got that new guy Xanadon. What's his name?
Well, they lost Brees Hall pretty early, and they still had Brees Hall. I would like them here. The Jaguars have got Etienne, and
Yeah, he's been doing good.
now I don't know who else. But I mean, they're coming off a huge win. I mean, the two big wins: beat Tennessee, they beat Dallas in overtime at Dallas. It's a big win for the Jags. So I'm guessing this game would probably be favored for Jacksonville if they weren't in New Jersey.
It's gonna be raining. It's gonna be windy. So just keep that in mind. I mean, I know the total is low, but the field goals and the deep passes and all that it's gonna be hard to do.
Oh, the line's moved. So I'm sitting. The Jets are now 1.5 point favorites.
Well,
All right, we get the early slate started. We got all the 12 o'clock games, all of them, a whole passel of them. You got anything with the Bills, Bears? Bills are 9-point favorites.
no, I saw a lot of people like the Bears +9. I don't have an opinion either way. I don't know if the Bills are. I don't know what they're playing for. I don't know. They're still trying to get the number 1 seed.
They are. I think they're tied with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And they've got the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. I think that's the way it worked. I think that's what the standings are. But I'll take a quick peek at it. Didn't the Bills did beat the Chiefs, right?
Yeah,
The Chiefs and the Bills are tied at 11-3, and the Bills have got that tiebreaker. So right now they own the number 1 seed, but they got to keep winning. And the Cincinnati Bengals are right on the heels of both teams. The Bengals are 10-4; they're only a game back. But then I think the Bengals lost to the Chiefs.
Yeah, this playoffs gonna be crazy.
Isn't it? It's gonna be good. There's nothing better than NFL playoffs.
There's a lot of money coming in on the Bears spread,
Minus the 9.
and also the money line. What are they? And they love that over for some reason. I don't
The
know.
Bills haven't been great lately. They haven't been covering very many
Opened at 10, down to minus 8.5. Dropped a point. And a
I mean, they've
half.
won 5 straight, but they barely beat Detroit. They just got past
Oh, I
Cleveland.
love the Lions. That team right there has won my heart.
Yep, they're fun to watch. So yeah, I mean, the Bears have lost 5 straight, but they've been in every game. I don't know how you take them to win. I mean, they're at home. I mean, Buffalo's got to go on the road, but
So this is where I was a while ago. Kind of talking about the weather side of this thing. Some of these games, they're going to be like that game you're talking about, the Bills and Bears. Neither team will be affected by the weather because they playing it and practicing and all
yeah.
that. But this game is going to be below 10. It's
It's
probably
4
going to be 5.
It's 14 degrees right now in
Yeah,
Chicago.
it's going to be, and it's going to be. They're not going to be happy to be out there. That's
No.
all I can say. So I don't hate that local one game. You give me 9 points, I don't hate it. I see why people are betting. I'm not going to bet it, but I understand the reasoning behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is Bills go out there and they win 16-3 or 16-6,
Yes.
and you lose.
And you're like, shit.
You were right
Yeah.
because the game was closed, but you're wrong because you lost your money.
That's right. Yeah.
So I don't know. I wouldn't bet it. That's just me.
Yeah, no, I'm not laying 9, and I'm not taking the 9 with either team. It'll be fun to watch all the breath. Just like you said, I mean, it's gonna be cold.
Yeah, there'll be snow angels and the whole bit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now here's a game I do like.
All right, we'll go.
The Saints travel to take on the now Deshaun Watson Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah, you
That-
like that game, man.
That defense has been really good.
Uh-huh.
Deshaun looked somewhat better
Yeah.
in the last game. They're coming off a big win against the Ravens. Obviously, the Ravens didn't have their quarterback, but it's still a good win. The Saints are not good. They cannot score. The defense has kind of kept them in games. But give me the dog pound minus 2.5.
It's gonna be cold as shit, just like ball. I mean, it's like
You're taking a dome
Chicago.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
it's gonna
taking a
be-
dome team to Cleveland.
It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be windy. They ain't gonna be happy. I'm good with that.
And their season is over. So, I mean, I think technically they're still in it because everybody in the NFC South sucks. But
Well, damn.
I mean, I'm just telling you. Let's take a look at the standings real quick for the NFC. There's going to be a below 500 team that makes the playoffs. I mean, that's sad. And I don't even know. I guess Tampa Bay is still technically yeah. All right. So Tampa Bay is 6-8, and they are the division leaders.
They're not a good football team.
And the Panthers and the Saints and the Falcons are all 5-9. They're all 1 game back. So technically, like I said, the Saints are still in it. Nobody's clinched that division. I mean, gosh, damn, that is just atrocious. And the Panthers had a little thing going on. They were doing okay, and then dropped one to the Steelers that they shouldn't have. I guess they were on the road though, right? Didn't they play Steelers at Pittsburgh? I don't remember where that game
No, I was looking
was.
at the money on the thing. What game?
I don't. When the last weekend the Steelers were they at home against the Panthers?
I believe so.
Okay, yeah. So the
Yeah,
Panthers had
100%.
to travel to Pittsburgh and got taken down there, and they had a chance in that game, and then came up short. But
I'm just counting the days down. We get rid of that sorry
you
sack
you say that every year.
offensive.
You think he's
coordinator.
going to be gone this time?
I mean, they ain't gonna fire Tomlin, but hell, I don't know at this point. Shit.
I mean, so I think at 6-8, the Browns are maybe still in the playoff hunt. In the
There's weird money line movement on this game, or this money. 61% of the bets, total bets placed, were on the Browns. 72% of the money bet on the against the spread line is on the Saints.
is on the Saints.
I do not understand that.
So I'm on the opposite side. So I don't hate that.
Yeah, I don't understand that. There's a bunch of under money coming in there, so
Well, that makes sense too. I mean, just the weather. Neither team has been scoring it like crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, they have not been eliminated from playoff contention. So, and you got to look at that too when you look at these NFL games. Know if somebody's clinched, like the last couple of games, you're going to have, You're gonna have teams going into the playoffs, and I hate when they do it. It drives me crazy. They sit players,
No.
and what happens when they come in the playoffs? They're out of rhythm. That they hadn't been playing. They hadn't been hit.
And they Josh Jansen.
And they absolutely do.
One and none.
So anyway, I like the Browns to keep their playoff hopes alive, and they at least win by 2. They at least win by 3 or more.
Okay.
Anything on the Texans and Titans? Goodness gracious! How do you? Gosh, damn.
They could have just flipped a coin and the arm wrestle.
I mean, the Titans have just fallen off a cliff lately.
Yeah.
And this tells you all you need to know. The Titans are only a 3-point favorite against the 1-12 Texans. And the Texans almost beat who? The Chiefs this past weekend?
They're playing really good football.
Yep.
The Texans are 6-7 against the spread with a 1-whatever record.
1-12.
That tells you they haven't quit. They're competitive.
No, they're playing. So I'm steering clear of that game. Seahawks travel to Kansas City, where it's currently 15 degrees, to take on the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. Seahawks have faltered down the stretch. I don't know how much they got left, but the Chiefs, I mean, they're barely getting it done. I mean, did they lose to the Bengals? They beat the Bengals, and then they barely beat the Texans last week.
Yeah, there's another game. It's gonna be 9 damn degrees. It's gonna be loud as shit. There's gonna be all the.
Oh yeah, they lost to the Bengals. That's why the Bengals are still in for this number 1 seed. They beat Denver barely. They beat Denver barely, 34-28, and then had to go to overtime with Houston, 30-24. So I don't know how you lay 10 points, even though they're at home against the Seahawks team that has not been good lately.
I don't. This gonna be like this weekend is just. You got to figure out what teams are okay playing in that condition.
Mm-hmm.
Because where we live, we get whatever temperature and it's cold.
Well,
if it's in the 30s here, everybody's just froze.
Both of these teams aren't going to give 2 shits. I mean, the Chiefs play in this weather. Seahawks play in the rainy, cold weather up there in Seattle. So I don't think it's going to matter here. Yeah. So, but I'm not laying 10 points with the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. Might take a look at that over-under at 49. I kind of like the over. And you talk about a team that's barely hanging around. They just keep winning. I don't know how they keep winning because their defense is bad. But the Minnesota Vikings keep pulling out wins. And this last one
they saved
my bacon that day, too.
Good Lord.
I don't know how they did it. Biggest comeback in NFL history.
Yeah. I like the Giants football team though. I do.
I like the way they play.
I like the coach. I like everything they got going.
And like I said, the Vikings defense is not good. So the Giants are going to have opportunities to score. And their defense. Hey, look, we knew it. We said it. The NFL people didn't listen to us. The draft people didn't listen to us. We talked about this kid for the last 5 weeks last year. I mean, this is before we did the podcast. If we'd have had the podcast back then, we'd have been talking about this kid over and over and over. And all he's doing is making us look like geniuses. Kayvon Thibodeau is a man out there against. He's doing everything he can do for the Giants. He chases down guys 30 yards down the field. They get past the line of scrimmage and somebody's going. Here comes number 5 chasing them down. We loved him at Oregon, and I love him now. The kid's playing out of his mind. So look for number 5 there for the Giants to make a play or two against Kirk Cousins Sunday. It's not Sunday, Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, prime time Cousins.
Yeah. Right. I really love that kid's motor. He plays hard every down.
Yeah, I got 4 games in the NFL. I just ain't got to them.
All right, Bengals Patriots. This is my game. Yeah,
find it.
Yeah, I'm all over the Bengals here.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm gonna keep riding them. I've been riding them for the last 3 weeks, and you keep giving me 3 points. I'm gonna keep laying them.
The weather's gonna be shitty. I done said it 14 times tonight, but yeah. but I'm telling you,
they play in Cincinnati. It doesn't matter.
It don't matter. These two teams. You just take the better team here.
That's right. Give me the Bengals minus the 3.
Yeah.
The next game, our Detroit Lions travel to Carolina to take on the Carolina Panthers.
Yep. Give me
Give
some
me
of that.
Goff and
Yeah.
Amon St. Brown all day to
I'm in it.
score.
Yeah.
And Jamal Williams. I mean, my God, they get to the 2 yard line. He's going in every time.
Yeah. Give me yeah. I got 2.5 here. I don't know what it is right now.
It's still 2.5. I
Yeah.
love the lines.
Yeah,
Minus
under
2.5.
a field goal. Yeah, hammer that shit.
You got the Falcons going to the Ravens. The Ravens are favored 7. Who's playing quarterback for Baltimore?
Doesn't matter. Atlanta's not going to go up to Baltimore in that weather and beat them by more than 7, or stay within 7. This thing will be like 27-3.
Yeah, but what happened in that Ravens Browns game? That Browns defense is not bad. But we both liked the Ravens last week, and they did not get there.
Nah, I like them this week too, though. I mean, I'm not going to go away from them because they had a bad week.
That's true.
And this is the Atlanta freaking Falcons, man.
That's true. Haven't they switched quarterbacks now? They're with Ritter. Desmond Ritter's now the QB.
They've turned it over to him, but it's going to be. Yeah, give me the Ravens here.
Just damn, it's getting cold here. All right, here we go. My other big play of the weekend, 3:05. The Washington Commanders go across the world to take on the San Francisco 49ers out there in Santa Clara, California. This line is 7. I would take it at 10.
The only thing is why I don't have this on my list is that defensive line.
Chase Young's not playing.
Yeah, they're still good though on that defensive front.
They are.
Because if they slow them down, I know Purdy's good and all. I'm not saying you're. I don't blame you for betting it. What I'm saying is I don't know.
Well, it's a lot of points in an NFL game.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't pull the trigger.
A late field goal or something could backdoor this thing. Here, and I'm not even basing this on the 49ers offense. This is all on that number 1 defense. I don't know what Taylor Heineke and company, unless Brian Robertson Jr. has just an incredible day, in which nobody has. I don't know how they score, and they might, but
they got a 26-16 on Sportsline. I doubt they get to 16.
Well, I don't know how. Yeah, you saying Commanders are going to score 16 points?
Yeah, that takes them way over the. I mean, not way over, but I mean the over under is 38. So
I'll give you here's the last 5 point totals for the opponents for the 49ers. 10, 0, 17, 7, 13.
They're not bad.
I mean, it's just, and I don't think they've given up 7. I think 7 or 10 total second half points in the last 8 games. Some crazy stat like that.
I mean, it's kind of like the game we were talking about earlier. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 26-16 game or.
Yeah.
I'm getting a call. All right. All
right. The big game of the day, really, across all NFL, and 2 teams I could care less about, and one that I hope. I kind of wish the field would open up and swallow up both of them, but I don't think that's possible.
Rude.
I'm glad I'm not at the Jennings household this weekend having to watch this game on Christmas Eve. You talking about ruining Christmas. This is going to be a tough one for that family to watch. You got Kate with the Philadelphia Eagles and Bradley with the Cowboys. This is going to be a good one. But is Jalen Hurts going to play? I know they haven't completely ruled him out.
I don't think it matters.
You don't think so? Dallas has not been. I mean, the defense has not been what they were supposed to be, and Dak continues to Dak.
Yeah, I mean, you get them at home.
Dallas is favored 5, so Jalen Hurts must be listed as questionable or doubtful.
Are they hating on my boy Garner Minshew? They don't know what he's about to do, does it? They have no idea.
They don't know.
He will sling that son bitch all over the field.
He'll just keep, and he's got great wide receivers to throw it to. A.J. Brown's been a monster. I mean, nobody can stop him.
Yeah, you add that to my ticket. That's a Eagles +5. Give me that.
Absolutely.
All day long.
There you go. All right, so tell me what's going to happen with the night game, 7:15 p.m. That's on the NFL Network.
One thing for sure, I can guarantee you, I will have my PJs on,
Yeah.
and I will have my hot chocolate and probably a bag of popcorn
Yeah.
because it don't go together. But it's Christmas Eve, and damn it, I want to
Damn
do
it,
it.
I want to do it. All right.
So
Fair enough. I love it.
I'm gonna be betting on them. I'll put a little sprinkle, little holiday cheer on my Steelers.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be able to beat the
Minus
Raiders.
2.5.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe Kenny Pickett's back. He's cleared
okay.
the protocol.
Good.
And maybe he'll be back to, calling the plays, doing his thing.
It's a lot more fun and more aesthetically better watching with Kenny Pickett back there than is Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, gosh,
he throws completions. It just may not be to the right team. That's what I've noticed.
Absolutely. All right, so we got some Sunday games. You got the Packers and the Dolphins. It's going to be in Florida. Miami. It's kind of faltered lately too, and the Packers got a big win Monday night. So you got the Packers taking on the Dolphins on Christmas Day.
I got nothing there.
I got nothing for you. I wish I could tell you something. I honestly don't. I'll tell you a game I do have something for you on. 3:30 CBS Christmas Day. Denver Broncos travel to Inglewood, California to take on the defending Super Bowl champion Rams.
What are you looking at on that game?
Broncos minus 2.5.
The Rams suck, but
Absolutely, and the Broncos defense is incredible. I mean, they're really good. I know they're 1-6 on the road, but the Rams are also 3-5 at home. I mean, they're only 4-10 on the season, so I mean, it's
I get it.
I mean, who's playing quarterback? I don't. Denver won. They beat Arizona 24-15. I think they can go out there and beat the Rams. The Rams have lost 4 of their last 5. I don't know. It's probably a tough game, but I kind of like the Broncos to get that thing done. I think they can just swallow up the Rams.
You know what I like on that game?
What's that?
It's find me a prop where both quarterbacks throw a pick.
Oh, I don't hate that. If you get, there you go. A pick per QB. Yeah.
It's gonna happen. Yeah, I know why it's so cold.
Yeah, that door's open.
Yeah, door's open.
It's all good. I'm making it through it. And then your late night game is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know what you do here. Arizona's not any good. Therefore, I mean, Kyler Murray's out. Colt McCoy was going to – they started the last game. I guess he got hurt. I didn't see all of that game with the Cardinals against Denver. But I know it was Trace McSorley playing late. Man, Tampa Bay's been beat up their last 2, but they need a win to stay in first place in the NFC South. This game is only, it's 7.5. That's just seems like a lot of points, but I mean they're going to be in Arizona, so the weather's going to be great. You don't have to worry about the weather out in Arizona. I mean isn't that an indoor stadium? Is that? They got a lid out there in Glendale, they got a lid on that thing, don't they? Yeah. Where the Cardinals play.
They open it and shut it and whatnot.
I know Brady hadn't looked great, but you'd have to take the better quarterback there. So I'm guessing you'd kind of lean Tampa Bay at minus 7.5 against a flailing Cardinals team.
I got nothing. I'll be honest with you.
Go out there and see what DeAndre Hopkins over under receiving yards is, I guess. That's a tough game to bet. Just two teams that I just don't know which way. I know the Cardinals are going nowhere. The Buccaneers still have a chance. They're still in the lead in the NFC South. So they need to keep piling up wins to win that division. So they'll be out there playing with everything they got. Monday night, Chargers and the Colts. Chargers are 4.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I don't know. Who are they going to hire as a coach? Frank Reich was a really great coach.
Well, it didn't work, and then, they keep changing quarterbacks like they change underwear, and they keep getting older. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. They're talking about Peyton Manning's going to be the coach and all that.
Peyton Manning's not going to coach. He don't want to coach.
Well, here's the thing about Peyton Manning. Everybody's about to crucify me on this.
Oh boy. Don't you disparage the Manning name right here in Mississippi. Are you kidding me?
I'm not
We
gonna.
ain't but 35 minutes from where the man's dad grew up. I mean, goodness gracious.
I'm not disparaging him. I'm just gonna make an observation on his
Go
whatever.
ahead.
In NFL football, there's a play clock. You have a certain amount of seconds to make your play, get it in, and I think he would overanalyze
Everything. They would have to call.
It'd be first and 99. He wouldn't ever get the damn play in. He'd be overthinking it and overdoing it, and the whole.
It would look
thing.
like the replacements again. If they just get a delay game.
I mean, honestly, I mean, like he just.
Oh shit.
I mean, I love the guy. I love him and Eli's doing their thing. I love that. It's fun. It's great and all that. But if you watch him, he just he. So we're gonna run a halfback dive right up the middle. That's what we're gonna do. He would have the whole alphabet in that play.
Just
first
to
of
say
all,
that play, yeah.
just to be able to run the damn fullback up the middle, and then it would take him at least 25 seconds to figure out that's the play he wants to call.
Did you?
And then it'll take another 25 seconds for him to actually verbalize it. And then they got to get out there and do the cadence. That's something they'd never run a play.
Never run a play.
I'd take the under on them all day long.
Speaking of that shit, did you hear the last thing about Aaron Rodgers? Said he has all these hand signals, and he expects the wide receivers to know all those hand signals like before they start, but yet he doesn't really teach them what the hand signals are before the season.
What a piece of work.
I mean, yeah, he seems like just a word that I probably shouldn't use on it. But so, prime example, they got down to the goal line Monday night against, who did they play Monday night? I don't know who they played. I was just betting on the Packers. I don't even remember the team they were playing. And was it the Rams?
I think so.
Anyway, they got down there to the goal line, and he looks over at Christian Watson, and he's doing this to his arm. He's just rubbing it like this, and that's all he's doing. And he throws a quick throw over there, and Watson never turns around. And he's like, it's like either he didn't pick up on the signal or he didn't know what it meant. I'm like, gosh, it's like, dude, if you want people to pick up on, you got to teach them. They're rookies. I mean, how do you expect them to? Yeah, have a meeting. Jeez. And then I'm sure he threw up his, he threw the pass. It just went, it hit the dude in the back, and he was just like, oh, and he's just looking at, how he looks at him. He gives him that Aaron Rodgers stare.
Well, he threw that one bad pass, that pick he threw. That was on him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was on him.
But those good quarterbacks have never thrown a pick, right?
That was a terrible pass. I don't give a shit what he says. I was watching it. Which we don't know nothing down here in Mississippi. That's all we know.
We don't know. All right, so the Bengals, the 49ers are my and the Browns. I love those three teams. So let me give you something. I don't typically do this just because these are kind of just poking hopes, and they can pay off if you get all six teams in there. I'm going to do a six-team, 6-point teaser all on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the Browns, tease them down from 2.5. I'm taking the 49ers, teasing them down to 1. They're going to win that game. I'm teasing the Bengals.
Take you to 6. Oh, I mean, no.
That'll be +3. So all I got to do is win. I'm thinking about taking the Lions, even though they're favored. I really wish that was more of an even game, but I think the Lions are going to go down there and beat the Panthers, so I'm just kind of rolling the dice there. That's 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Taking the Ravens down to -1.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the play. I think I hadn't decided on this 6th one, but it's either the Bears +15, taking the Bears up from 9 to 15, or taking the Eagles up to +11.
I don't hate the Eagles play because I'm telling you that line movement is based on Hurts, and
Minshew can play.
Minshew's gonna get out there with his mustache and
what
it.
What of anything we've watched of the Cowboys in the last 3 or 4 games? What gives you the idea they could win by 5 no matter who they play?
What have you seen of them in the last 25 years that says they can win?
especially late in the season. I mean, this is just history speaking here. I know they're at home and it's the Eagles and they're going to be fired up and all that jazz. But that Eagles defense has been good. They're not just average. I mean, they're 13-1 for a reason. It ain't just because they're scoring all the time.
They got Dallas winning 27-24 in that game.
So it's all right. So I got three ideas there. It's either take the Bears up, take the Eagles up, or take the Giants up to +10. I forgot about the Giants Vikings game. I kind of like the Giants +10.
They got Buffalo winning 29-17. That's 12 points. So then you would cover there.
Yeah.
And you like your 49ers, of course, and that's 26-16. You would be at 10. No, you're at 6.
I'd be at 1.
Oh, no, you're down to 1. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you would cover there.
The Browns.
Cleveland would be, which just don't mean nothing. It's a good. Oh my God!
Oh boy, you got music going. Hold on.
Wait on New Year's. Hold
on. Wait on the New Year's.
Browns 19-16. That gets you.
Yeah, all they got to do is win.
What's the other one?
The Lions.
The Detroit Lions.
They're favored, but if I tease them, they'll be plus. All I got to do is win.
Yeah, I see them at 24-22. Detroit wins.
So that's a cover.
Oh. I don't know. I like it. I mean, I don't.
And here's the thing. The reason I say that, and guys just listen, because you can go bet big. I'll probably bet the Bengals big, probably bet the 49ers big, and probably bet the Browns big. But if you want to get paid on a little bit of money, you want to throw something out there, just have fun. At the Caesars, you do a 6-point teaser, you get plus 700. So 100 gets you 700, 200, 14. Do the math. You want to go out there and throw a $200 teaser out there, you go win you $1,400.
Yeah, in my recap, I did my recap from last week, but you're talking about the Ravens. They didn't get there for us last week. They won every single category in the game.
Right? I don't know how that game was so weird.
They just lost the freaking. They didn't do there. But anyways, so I don't know.
So I don't hate it. I just got to figure out basically the last two teams. There's 4 teams I really like. I love the Browns. I love the Bengals.
Okay.
I like the Lions.
Okay.
I like the 49ers.
Okay. I like Baltimore, the Lions, the Steelers, and the Bengals.
So we're the same on the Bengals and the Lions. And so I could either take the Ravens, and then I think the play is to tease up the Eagles. I can't see them losing by 11.
No.
But man, betting on the Eagles Cowboys game, I have to watch that. Of course, my mom is here, so I'm probably gonna have to watch it anyway. My mom is from the Dallas people. She's a big Cowboys fan. So here's the tricky part of that whole situation. Guess who also plays in the late window? The 49ers. We're going to need some of them extra TVs upstairs.
Oh, the afternoon slate.
Yeah, the afternoon slate. Cowboys and the 49ers are both in the afternoon slate.
Yeah, you got one on the NFL Network. That 49ers game starts at 3:05. That's going to be, and the other one will probably be on the regular TV.
Oh, yeah, that would be on Fox for sure. And I'll have to put up the Sunday ticket to get the Commanders 49ers.
Yeah.
I'll have to put it on a pad or something, iPad or something. I don't have any extra TVs upstairs because, we mounted all the other ones outside.
Yeah, we're going to have to find a way to winterize that damn spot.
We are, aren't we?
Yeah, we need to winterize.
It wouldn't be the worst thing anyway if we had like Dustin's guys come out and close that whole thing in, where we could just lock it up, and then I don't ever have to worry about it.
You wouldn't need anymore.
If the big dog turns out to not work out,
it's gonna be great. We like Elvis. It's fine.
Everybody loves Elvis. You know who loved me the most though? Do I have to break?
No, I don't want you to cry in front of everybody.
I know just saying his name makes me shed a tear, but I miss him. I'm going to have to go see him for Christmas. I want to see if the shelter let me come visit him, take him a present over there.
I'm sure they would.
I miss the old boy. Maybe I'll crawl in the kennel there with him and take a little nap for old time's sake.
Lock you
that or he might get pissed at me and say, you brought me back.
Yeah, you'll have a home. He'll have a new spot to go to.
Oh man.
All right. I want to. Are you done with your NFL and college football?
Yeah, I think that's the best I got, buddy.
All
I
right.
don't.
I want to go over if we got time.
Yeah,
We got time. Okay.
I mean,
I want to go over the World Cup final match.
oh my god. You know, just before you say anything, I had to go back and watch it because
Oh.
y'all were making me so jealous.
It's fucking great.
I went back and watched it, and just unbelievable soccer.
Yeah,
Or
it's great.
unbelievable.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
While you get
Football.
started, I'm gonna have to go get some. This is the first time we've ever had to re-up.
We need more beer.
Yeah, we're down and out.
Franklin drank all their beer. All right, so if you don't know, Argentina and France played in a World Cup final. Messi, I can't say his first name. Lionel Messi had been in probably 4 or 5 World Cups previous to this. He's made the finals once, lost. Made the round of 16 a couple times. But if you didn't watch this match, it was incredible. Argentina went out there and got the lead. France looked like they had no idea how or what they were going
How
to
to
do.
stop them? Couldn't stop them.
Couldn't get the ball. Couldn't hold the ball. It
No
was
possession.
terrible. It was awful. So they went out there and jumped on early. And then France comes roaring back. It was just the most.
Probably the greatest, youngest player, the youngest,
Yeah,
great
Mbappe. Yeah.
He finally decided, you know what, it's time to play some soccer.
Quit kicking it around, kick it to me. Yeah. And we had talked about this in our other podcast. Anybody who was listening, this is the best soccer. If you want to like introduce yourself to soccer or football or whatever you want to call it, it's soccer. We know it's soccer.
Yeah.
So it's soccer. This is the time to do it, and you got like maybe less than a year or a little over a year. Then the women will be back at it.
Oh.
So if you want, yeah. Well,
Boy,
all right. So
talking about making money, I can bet that women's World Cup. Good times.
yeah, so it was that match. It had all the drama, all everything, and they had a celebration in Buenos Aires, and they had to land a helicopter because the bus was blocked in to get these guys off the bus to get them, where they need to go.
It's the most celebrated sport in the world.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it that Argentina won. Messi did not need it for his legacy. I think people that know and have seen him play know he's probably one of the greatest players to ever set foot on a soccer pitch. But just to have it, just to get it, what can you say? I mean, I don't know. And he showed up every single match that they played in the World Cup. That guy showed up and showed out. Sometimes your best guys, you see it all the time.
And he's 35 or
He's not leaving the team. He's gonna play. He almost left 4 years ago. He's like, I think he was just frustrated. Didn't think Argentina could get it done. So I mean, good for us that he didn't. I mean, and look, people are gonna say it's so hard to watch when. And here's the great thing about it, though. You wanna watch the World Cup. Gosh, this is just getting ridiculous.
You're doing not a good job.
So anyway, here's the great thing about it. Like, you can get familiar with names in the World Cup and see the big names. Then here's what you do, and this is wonderful. Nobody watches that stupid College Game Day show. Like, we put it on in the background when we're getting ready for games. I mean,
it's gotten redundant.
It's so bad. I mean, none of them are good. Big Noon is kind of the best one. I mean, if there's a best one, the SEC network deal that they do is just, I don't know what they're doing. It's not good. But here's the thing. You can get up and you can watch the Premier League on Saturday morning before college football.
Yeah, they just kicked off.
Yeah.
I was about to kick off.
You watch them, and by the time that match is over, the soccer match is over, you're rolling right into the 11 o'clock games. I know people's like, what this is not Soccer Corner. I thought y'all talked about football.
No, well, the thing is that, like, don't don't hamstring yourself on the thought that soccer is just dull and boring. Give it a legit. If you're a sports person, give soccer a chance because it's
We,
fun to watch.
and if you want to, watching the World Cup, you get a little spoiled because you see the best players making the best plays. And it's not always that they end in a goal. And I know it's where a lot of people say, man, I need more
Yeah,
points. Like,
more action. Well, you had it. You had it during the World Cup final, though.
absolutely. I mean, it was all right there for you. But they're just making plays that are incredible athletic moves with their bodies, with their feet, the way they move and transfer the ball. And some of the best teams, why they're so good, and it's why you hope the young Americans can get better. The passing on with France and with
good.
Argentina, with the Netherlands is why we like the passing is just so crisp, so on point. They hit some. It's just like watching a it's like watching a young Tom Brady, hit receivers in stride.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I equate it to. A great quarterback, making the pass. You can bring up any name. I'm not really a Tom Brady fan, but he was just the first name that came. Brock Purdy, I guess. Is that
the next Tom Brady? Brock Purdy.
So anyway, yeah, Paul's right. Try to watch it, and if you can't, you can't. I mean, it is what it is. But man, I'm looking forward to the women's, and Paul knows that I love the women's World Cup. I love to watch them all.
I remember we sat at the Buffalo Wild Wings. You made a mint.
Made a mint, betting on every one of them. I mean, it didn't matter who it was. It wasn't just the U.S. I mean, it was all of them. They're fun to watch. We took that whole day. I mean, we got Josh go. We took the whole day. Went to Buffalo. What did we watch? Like 3 matches that day. Watch one in the early, one in the afternoon. I think they kicked us out. Like, okay, you scream goal one more time. You're scaring off the people. The celebrating part is fun. That's why they celebrate so hard, because they're hard to get.
Yeah, well, you can't have fun, don't leave home.
That's right. So I know, look, probably won't get a whole lot of views on this one just because it's Christmas time, but hey, there's a lot of action out there. So we hope you tune in. And we want to say, from Poolside Bets, we want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. Of course, we'll have a chance next week. Kind of the way that Christmas fell and New Year's fell, we don't have to take off any Wednesdays. So we're still in good shape to record. But absolutely have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and a good Merry Christmas. And as always, we hope we're cashing tickets. So for Paul, I'm Franklin. Go out there, put your tickets in, and let's get them cashed. And we will see you next Wednesday.